What's going on, everyone? It's been a hot minute since I've done a recap on the Raiders. There's a simple reason for that. Well, first, I think the last one I did was like when we had that losing streak. And like, I just stopped because I was like, what's the point? I'm just going to be saying the same stuff. And then we won, and I was kind of like, okay, it's kind of good, but then you also screwed yourself out of a draft position. Especially by, it's not even like we beat like decent teams, like we beat like two crappy teams. The Jaguars and the Saints. So it's like, is that really worth it? And then today, we end in the most Raider fashion possible, getting our asses kicked at home. Now the score, I mean, they won by two. Well, no, yeah, they won by two scores, but technically it was more three. Then we got a touchdown in garbage time, and this abysmal season is finally over. Now the big question is, what are we gonna do? I don't I really don't see Antonio Pierce getting fired, even though some of us want it and it's warranted. But then it's also like, well, who are they going to get? Like, I really can't think of any other coaching candidates right now. Belichick's going to play for, I think, or he's going to coach for North Carolina, I think. The only one I think would be, I don't even think he would come back, but the only one that would maybe be suitable is John Gruden. It's like, you might as well because we're already paying him. I wouldn't want him to come back, but I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that they're going to give Antonio Pierce one more year. The other issue is quarterback, because there are moments where Aiden O'Connell looks decent. There's even moments where he looks great, where he has like good throws or he powers through injuries. I really like that he was, I mean, he was like off and on, but I like that he was able to power through, the injury and still, wanting to play and stuff. I like to see that toughness in a quarterback, but he's just not consistent. And I don't know if that's because, I mean, I think he would have experience enough by now, but maybe like another year. But honestly, I don't think it's really going to matter who even you have at quarterback if you don't fix the offensive line. I think that's the biggest problem in terms of the offense is the offensive line. Also, what do we do at running back? I mean, like Abdullah and White and like that whole kind of like run back committee, it's like okay, but I'm not sure what we do there either. So, like, what do we go for in the draft? Like, do we go for like I think we're still pretty early in the draft. We're not like number one. I think we're not even top five in the draft. We might be like 6 or 7. I think we're like 6 or 7. I'm not sure exactly where we're at, but I think it's like 6, 7, maybe 8, depending on certain games or whatever. But it was just pitiful. It was just pitiful. And I mean, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this because I love football, and I'm sure I'm gonna be bitching like in the summer or spring when there's nothing for me to watch personally, and I'm like, oh, I wish something was on. I I was more having the games on as like background noise. Like I would be doing other stuff and be like, oh look, they lost again. Oh look, they threw another interception. Oh look, they I was like, and that I shouldn't do that. I should enjoy the games as much as I can, but it just becomes so draining seeing the same result again and again and again. Now I will say that they at least they seem to have more effort within these last few games. But it's almost like too little, too late, and it's still the same kind of Raider pattern. Like you do good in the beginning of the season, you have a shitty streak where you lose like 6, 7, 8, and in our case 10 games. Then you win the last couple ones, and then you maybe lose at home in the finale. It's like it's kind of the same thing here. But overall, I would say that I'm wondering how did hell did Gardner Minshew get the starting job over O'Connell? Like I think if they really wanted to test O'Connell, they should have given him a full season. But I don't know. Like with that offensive line, I really don't think it would have mattered anyway. So the Chargers got like 200 more yards than us also, and ooh, damn, they beat us bad in the time of possession. I didn't even realize that they had just almost 39 minutes, and we had just 21 minutes. So they just stomped us in the time of possession. I didn't even realize that until I'm looking at this at this box score here. Holy crap! And it was one, interception, almost two of them, but luckily it didn't count because the Charger was out of bounds. What are some positives? What are some positive, if we can find any? What are some positives as this season? Well, one obvious positive is Brock Bowers. That is someone we hit on. We hit dead on in the center, and I don't know. It may be too soon. It's only one season, right? Like some people have an amazing rookie season and they're average the rest of their career. We'll see how far along Brock Bowers goes. I mean, I don't think it's too much of a stretch or too far of a reach to say that he's probably the best draft pick we've had in at least 10 years, maybe. I mean, I don't want to. I don't get me wrong because like Max Crosby. I don't know. I don't want to go off of just one season like that, but if Brock Bowers keeps playing the way he does, he'll probably even be better than Travis Kelce and all them. But I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, you got to have a quarterback and defensive line, and I don't know. It could just be that it was just his rookie season. That happens sometimes, but I think that we majorly hit on him. What's another positive? Oh, I would say, for the first time in a long time that we have a below average to average defense. Like we're not like an elite defense. We're not really a good defense. We can be good at times, but I would say that it's probably one of the better defenses I've seen in recent years. So that's another positive. What's another positive? If I could think of any, I can't even really think of any, to be honest. I guess seeing like the character of Aiden O'Connell, I guess that he's kind of willing to power through injuries and stuff like that. So those are the only positives I see, but the rest is just negative. The rest is like, oh, I don't know, man. Because we can't just like go and fire everybody because we literally just got these new people in. But the thing I don't understand is like everyone talks about, and obviously I know they're two different sports. Everyone talks about how Mark Davis is the problem. Mark Davis is, but he was able to have a winning team with the Aces. So we know he can have a winning team. So it's like, what is it? And I don't know, maybe Tom Brady's influence will help. Maybe. I mean, I hope so. I read like an article basically saying that he might take over more like kind of like football operations and stuff, which hopefully he does. His knowledge would definitely be helpful. And I'm also looking, apparently we're 2-6 at home. So we only won 2 home games in the whole freaking season. Oh my god, man. This season was a train wreck. I would say like this one and probably the first season with John Gruden was pretty bad as well. But at least like that one looked more hopeful. Like this, and we had more answers going forward. Whereas with this season, we don't know what the hell's going to happen. Like we don't know. Like they could trade up to try to get a higher draft pick. We might lose some players. It's a complete roll of the dice as what will happen in the off season and in the draft. But we're all going to be along for the ride because we've done it for the last almost 2002. So almost 25 years ago was when the Raiders went to the Super Bowl. And, we've held on for that long, so I guess we'll hold on for anything. And if we can make it through Jamarcus Russell, if we can make it through some other horrible organizational regimes, if we could survive Josh Daniels, or Josh McDaniels, he really fucked this team, man. He did. Like, he just, like, set this team back, like, 2 years. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe because McDaniels fucked up so bad, Antonio Pierce is kind of in a rock and a hard place, but I don't know. It was only his first season. I wasn't expecting to go to playoffs. I wasn't even expecting a winning season, but I was just hoping for more. I was hoping for more of like a 7-10 season or a 8-9, something like that. I was hoping for more of that, but I guess we all got to realize that it's his first year as a head coach. I still personally think he's a little way in over his head, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed these recaps. I enjoyed doing them for the most part. I couldn't do it for these last few ones because I'm just like, no. This is how horrible they've been, and I don't want to say the same thing over and over again. So this video's all over the place, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. I think, and I will do one for the Super Bowl if the Chiefs aren't in it. If the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl again, I'm not even gonna watch. I'm dead ass serious. If the damn Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, I am not fucking watching. So I will be rooting for any other team besides the Chiefs, and I think most of Raider Nation will be as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time.